All right, welcome to our July edition of Cyber Security Mentoring Group, a platform where we share, we learn, and we connect with other cybersecurity professionals to become better in the field. And today we have invited a special guest to take us through the journey of how you can become a sought-after cybersecurity professional. But before then, I thought to share some background information concerning the group. First is that we published sometime last year a sought-after cybersecurity skills, competencies, and certification guide that essentially is for helping cybersecurity professionals who are looking for opportunities, either to get a new job or to develop their skills, to know the skills and the competencies and certifications that the market is looking for. So we published that last year, and this year we'll started again to compile those job published online so that we can then analyze and then bring out key points as an improvement on the last edition. So I had asked that if you are joining and you would like to volunteer your skill to help collate the jobs out there, please reach out to me privately, and we're already forming a group and we'll add you to the group. The second thing is we're looking for cybersecurity researchers, and it's an opportunity for you to develop your skills by learning how to conduct some research as well as know how to present. So today, hopefully, we'll get one of the members of the cybersecurity group to present about 15 minutes what they've gathered in the last 2 weeks. The last one is we're looking for cybersecurity scribes. Cybersecurity scribes are individuals that would like to help summarize the event of the day. So last week or last edition, we had Ayokumi, and we often like to summarize what we discussed last time and as we start today's edition. So I have done the last two, and I think that is an opportunity for anyone that wants to develop their skill to volunteer. So if you are interested, you can reach out to me and we will schedule you to help us with any of the session. Going ahead, we had Ayokumi last time, Ayokumi Ogundapo, who took us through his journey from being an IT professional to becoming a cybersecurity consultant. Ayokumi studied electrical engineering and also had holds a MBA and MSc. His MSc is in cybersecurity and human factor. Ayokumi started as an end user support engineer and system administrator in InterSwitch. And his background in IT is instrumental to a lot of the cybersecurity projects he handles today as a consultant in the UK. Technical security controls are implemented with technology. So Ayokumi explained that his foundation in IT is actually helped him a lot to be able to develop and deliver security solutions. So he's a subject matter expert today in security, but that background was because of his experience in IT and understanding the different IT infrastructure and how it works or how they work is critical to delivering security solutions. So Ayokumi believes. The last part of our conversation was on his master's. So Ayokumi studied cybersecurity, but with interest in human factor, and he explained that he chose that specialization because of his experience in delivering IT solutions. IT solutions that human are the weakest link, and humans would try as much as possible to sabotage any solution that you develop, especially if they don't understand what that security is supposed to help them to achieve. So they will either intentionally or in error, they will take some actions that will sabotage whatever solution you have developed. So he believes that it is important that you carry the end user along in your IT delivery. So Ayokumin leverages. So we asked him about how he got his current role, because he came here to study masters, and he said he leveraged his network. He reached out to some people and submitted his CV, and maybe his fate, maybe his time and chance, he was able to get an opportunity. He said you should reach out to people, and you should also upskill yourself and develop skills that are sought after in the industry. And how did he transition to IT, and also so from IT to cyber security? His advice is that if you want to transition, if you are not in IT, or if you are not in cybersecurity currently and you want to transition to cybersecurity, that you should look for the security area that is very close to your current skill. One example you gave is that if you're a project manager, it's easier for you to become a cybersecurity project manager, because you already understand the domain project. All you just need to is to layer security on it. And we asked him to recommend where people can develop their skills. And Ayokomi said people should leverage YouTube. It's a very good resources. I can attest to that because I use that too. And professional bodies like ICS2 and ISACA. You didn't mention ISACA, but I'm adding ISACA to it. Then he also mentioned Udemy. If you have some 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira to pay, you can leverage Udemy. Then O'Reilly is another platform he mentioned, and he also said that it is one of the platform that helped him for his CISSP. So that was the conversation we had with Ayokomi last time. And today we've invited someone that we believe that will be sharing experience with us on how to become a sought after cybersecurity professional. But just before then, I thought it's good to I don't know if you Daisy can hear me on the if Daisy can hear me, I would like to get your presentation so that you can share for maybe for 10 minutes before we get our speaker on board. All right, so for the last few editions, okay, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you, and I've shared my presentation link with you.
All right.
So if you can, if you have received it, then you can start sharing the screen.
All right, I'm hoping that I will be able to. Okay, I can see that it's on Canva, right? Is it Canva?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it's Canva.
Okay. Give me a second. Let me see and hope that. So we need you to rush through it. Sorry that we can't give you the time that we promised, but we hope that you can look at it very quickly and help us understand what you're trying to share with us. You just let me know when to move on. Give me a second. Let me
Sure.
just find the
All right.
specific place to share. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm trying to like. All right. Let me share your. Okay. All right. If you can see my screen, you can proceed.
Yes, I can see your screen, but can you put it in and great presentation mode?
Okay, I'm not. I don't use Canva, so where is the confidential mode, please?
Okay, so there is this tiny arrow at the bottom, right?
Okay, this one
Yes, that one.
is.
Yes.
Can you see? Is it in
So when you
presidential mode
need to
now?
move to the next, yes, it is. It is.
Okay,
Wonderful.
so I can move on.
Okay, so let me a brief introduction because of time and all of that.
Yeah,
Good
please. We
evening,
want we want
ladies and
to.
gentlemen.
Daisy,
Thank you for
Daisy,
being
want to
here.
spend 5 minutes, please? Sorry.
Okay,
All right.
no problem. That's fine. Okay, so we'll be looking at the taking the brief introduction. Next slide, please. So we just want to have a look at the importance of cybersecurity and also the objective of this presentation. This presentation is basically insights from the cybersecurity experts of Association of Nigeria, KPMG, and Deloitte Nigeria. Okay, and also next slide, we'll be looking at the report overview from these three bodies. KPMG, Deloitte are part of the big four, which is why we are here to look at the insights from them and also have an understanding of key impacts right from 2023 to 2024, some of the major events that has happened. So looking at the key insights from Deloitte, we have seen we have economic downtown and heightened insider threat. That is from Deloitte. And we have cybersecurity inexperience, cybersecurity presentation, representation at board level. What I'm trying to say is that over the few months, we have seen that cyber threats and a lot of major things have happened. And so for that reason, we have been having cybersecurity reps at the board level, specifically governance, risks, and compliance, right? And also looking at KPMG insights, we can see that there is supercharged security with automation. I mean, the world is revolving quickly right now, and everything comes with automation, embedded security for privacy, which is also very important, right? And also, when we're talking about the customer, companies are looking at meeting their customer expectations and also improving trust, which has to do with security. And talking about insider threats, we can see that the cyber attacks from other countries it's on the high, right? Next slide, please. We'll be looking at the comparative analysis soon, which is on slide 6. So let's go to slide 6. Yes. So the similarities and differences in these projections, which is from the three reports, right? We can see that when you look on the other previous slides, slide 3 and 4 and 5, the comparative analysis is that there has been a heightened insider threat, and then there has been an escalation of ransomware attacks, and then also AI powered threats will be more prevalent. Over the past few months, from January to June, there has been a heightened insider threat, and there has also been a high escalation of ransomware attacks. And so, looking at the media reality check, of course, we're in July now. Next slide, please. So, when I say media reality check, I mean this has to do with globally, right? It means that there's a heightened insider threat and then an escalation of ransomware attack. So these are global trends which cuts across various organizations and companies. And also the last one talking about partnership against cybercrime. A lot of companies and organizations have realized that insider threat is now on the increase, and also ransomware attack. I believe that organizations train their employees to take some of these security courses, but some way somehow people still breach, and then things happen, right? And so, for that matter, a lot of organizations, like I said, are putting their people at cybersecurity persons at representations level, at the board level. And so, people are coming together to fight cybercrime. Next slide. And so, for trends in Nigeria and Africa, mainly insider threat, of course, is also on the rise, and rising pace in crypto scam. I'll give an example of rising pace in crypto scam after I'm done talking about search in ransomware attack, which I also mentioned in the global trend observation, and also more benefit and employment scam. A lot of people have fallen over this just in 6 months entering into 2024. 0 day attack. That is when an attack on an application, on the organization, on the institution, even happens before they get to know it. Now, an example on the rising pace in crypto scam. Somewhere last year, October, November, December, this has been on the increase, right? Where people fall into scam. They tell you that, oh, bring this amount of money, we're investing into BTC, Ethereum. We will get you this amount of money when you invest, and then we'll send your money back to you. And now, because of time, so we are almost about concluding. So let's look at the summary of key takeaways. Next slide. Okay, so far into the three reports, and also into half of the year, these are the major things that has happened: emerging threats, regulatory changes, which when you look at carefully, it is taking it is taking place in the various organizations which are revolving. And also, some organizations are taking the lead to best practice cyber security and mentor their employees. Then there is the regional focus, industry specific insight, and also implications of stakeholders. When we're talking about businesses, there is the need for investment in cybersecurity and compliance with regulations. I know as of now, some organizations are still far behind and have not taken the chance to even have a a risk and compliance person, whereby when an incident an incident occurs in the organization, how is there going to be a business continuity? Do they have a business continuity plan? Now that is where we need the compliance person to come in. Educational institution. Next slide, please. Educational institutions. Now, yes, institutions need an updated cybersecurity education. Cybersecurity is a fast paced and ever evolving field. Some people are still living where they are living. You cannot be in cybersecurity and not always be learning. It needs continuous learning, continuous improvement. So, government and regulators, right? Importance of robust cybersecurity policies in collaboration with international bodies. Now, you just cannot get up and then say, okay, I have this information security policy and it needs to be applied to these organizations. There are bodies like ISO who are in charge of this. There is even the IEEE sometimes that comes in, that when you have an organization, the processes that your organization needs to follow, you need to verify with these bodies. Okay, so the general public, that is the importance of cybersecurity awareness. Now we have the cybersecurity awareness month, which is in every year October, luckily, and some people take the chance to educate institutions, organizations, go on the media and educate everyone, just so everyone can have an understanding of what cybersecurity is. I believe cybersecurity should be like basic to each and everyone. Everyone should have a basic understanding of what cybersecurity is, just so we can take care of ourselves while we are surfing on the internet. No one is truly safe. Some people will say that security is an illusion. Of course, well, it can be, because you're never truly on the internet. So far into the year 2024, we are in July now. This are the key insights from the um, three report. I would have actually loved to take my time to explain the points one by one, but I
Oh,
believe next time
sorry.
we'll
Yeah,
do
next
better.
time.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you.
there's time challenge. Thank you so much, Daisy. I think you've done a good job.
Yes.
Thank you. So Daisy is one member of our cybersecurity mentoring group, and we ask for people to volunteer to make present research and make a presentation. And she came forth, and we thought it would be good for us to listen to her. And thank you for volunteering. And this is the opportunity for people to learn something and also share from what they've learned. Moving on. Sorry to our speaker, we've delayed. We're supposed to start by 7:20, but we'll just get started. So we've had the following people who have been generous to come share their experience with us, and today we're having another person. People have asked and said, is it only women or men that are in cybersecurity? And thankfully, I reached out to Funmi, and Funmi said, I love to do this. And that's why we are here today. So shortly, we will welcome Funmi to the mic. I've known Funmi now, I think, probably about maybe over 12 years, if not more than. And Funmi is a professional to the core and does our work to the detail. Our background is in system engineering from the foremost University of Lagos. Some of people are going to criticize me, but yeah, I have to say that foremost University of Lagos, and also got an MBA from Imperial College. Funmi certified to a number of certifications. Some of them I've extracted and shown on the screen. Funmi is a leader in cyber security and delivers cyber security services to organization. And I would just welcome Funmi and ask Funmi to take the mic and probably do a better introduction before we get started in the interview. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raleigh. And it's, as I said, when you told me about this, it's always a pleasure to talk to people. I'm very an advocate about telling people to come to cybersecurity, because at the point when I started in cybersecurity, there was nothing. You even had to first tell people about cybersecurity before you even say, let me do some work, because they don't even know what it's about. So I'm really excited about the opportunity too. I was also the past president of ISACA Lagos chapter, which is the largest chapter in Nigeria for security, risk, governance, and audit professionals. So it's really an honor to be here, and I'm so happy to be sharing and also learning. Thank you, Daisy, for that. I really learned from what you, the presentation, and keep it up.
All right, thank you. So getting into the discussion, I want you to share something around your how you so you studied system engineering, and and then you are now a leader in cyberspace. Can you share with us how you navigated that journey from where you started your career and how you got to where you are today?
Okay, thanks a lot. Since I was in secondary school, I'd always been intrigued by technology. I had a brother-in-law at that time that was a technology enthusiast. He was a programmer, and he used to also build computers from scratch. So I was very intrigued by all the things he used to do. He would show me hard drive, he would show me a RAM, he would show me this and that. And so it was very interesting for me. And so when I was going into university, studying systems engineering was a good choice for me. Although systems engineering is not just about computers, but it's also exposed me to a lot of things around robotics, AI. We used to learn about those things then. And I also started developing my skills in programming. I was programming in Java. I actually collaborated with some of my classmates to write a hospital records application in Java, and it was actually a very good experience. So after doing that, I went out of school, and I was actually intrigued. People were talking about CISA, people were talking about you need to do CISA, you need to do some certifications and all that. And when I researched about it, I looked at the domains, I saw cybersecurity. I started looking at, okay, what is cybersecurity about and all that. And I saw about hacking computers. You can hack a computer, you can gain authorized access. It was very exciting for me that, oh, wow. So without someone knowing, I can gain access, I can hack, I can get information and the person doesn't even know I have it. So that actually spurred my curiosity and made me really go into cybersecurity. I did the CISA certification, and I decided that I really wanted to delve into cybersecurity as something I wanted to do. So I started looking at what certifications I needed to do in order to deepen my skills. And I did the CEH, Certified Ethical Hacker exam, and it really exposed my mind. I was always so excited reading for it, because I would try the tools, I would go online, try the tools, try to do this and do that. And since then, it has been an exciting ride, I would say. When I got into my place of work, then they wanted to start a cyber team. And I raised up my hand. I said, I must definitely be part of this team. Although then I was doing IT audit, which was what I came into the organization doing. But when they said they wanted to start the cyber team, I wasn't too grounded in cybersecurity, but I raised up my hand that I want to go ahead. And it challenged me because I was actually doing two jobs at the same time. I would do the IT audit job by day and a cyber job by night. So I was actually 2 in 1. So it was very tasking. It was very grueling. And at that time, I was also starting a family. So it was a lot of things, but because of my passion, or I wanted to do cybersecurity, it was something I was interested in doing. I didn't go back down. And even when a lot of people were saying, what is cybersecurity about? I remember then sometimes we would tell some clients that let's come and do ethical hacking for you. Let us do penetration tests. Not now that clients will even come to you and say, come and do penetration tests for me. Then we will beg them, let's come and do it for you. They will say no. We'll say, okay, don't pay us. Don't pay, because we just wanted to get the experience. So we'll say, okay, you know what? Don't pay. There's no need to pay. Just let us do it for you. They will say, even without paying, I'm not interested. So it was it was very, very tough then. But now things are much, much easier. There's a lot of enlightenment around cybersecurity, and I'm really happy about that. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for that journey. And cybersecurity is always it's a very tough field, but it's also very interesting. I think the idea that you can get access to systems without people knowing will make people very, very curious. All right. So we're discussing about how someone can become sought after, which is that we just want to break it down to in the field of cybersecurity, what exactly would you say in your experience that um, a person who wants to be a sought after cybersecurity professional, these are the things that you must have under your belt as a cybersecurity professional?
Okay, so in my career and over the past couple of years, I've come across a lot of cybersecurity professionals. And there's some things I see that differentiates just a normal person that struggles in cybersecurity and someone that excels, that is sought after, and people are always saying this person is top there. And most of the things I would say now, I will talk about technical skills later, but most of the things I would say now are more on soft skills. As a cybersecurity professional, you need to be inquisitive. You cannot even be, you can't just be comfortable with what you know. You need to want to know more. You need to want to learn more. Because the thing is that cybersecurity moves a little faster than IT. IT, when there's a new technology, you are sure hackers are trying to break that technology. So you first have to understand the technology, then you now understand the cyber implications or the cyber risks around that technology. So you need to, when a new technology comes or it's coming, you need to be ahead of the game to understand, okay, this technology, what are the risks around it? Now, a lot of people are talking about AI, ChatGPT. As a cybersecurity professional, you need to understand how does ChatGPT work? What are the intricacies of ChatGPT? And what are the security risks that are around those intricacies? So it's not just about saying, oh, I understand, I am using it, but you need to really understand the technology. So you need to be extremely inquisitive as a cybersecurity professional. And also, you need to be passionate about security. I do a lot of interviews, and one thing I look for, especially when we're doing hiring or for people that are just coming into cybersecurity or they are trying to grow their career in cybersecurity, I look for the passion. Once the passion is there, I know this person would be inquisitive, the person will be teachable, the person would go the extra mile. So I look for the passion. A lot of people are going into cybersecurity now because it's raining. That's not a good enough reason, because the profession is difficult. You know, a lot of movies, they talk about hackers and they'll just do something, and before you see green things, they are gaining access. We've gained access. We've done this. It doesn't happen like that in real life. It doesn't. I've done pen tests, and I will be having migraine because I'm trying to break a system, and for days I've not been able to find out how to break it. So it's not that fancy. Even in security operations, you see, we've caught the hacker. Yes, we've got the person. It's not, we do a lot of security operations in my office, and it's very boring, honestly. It is, because they are watching screens, they are watching dashboards. 99% of the time, nothing is happening, and you are just there, you're just looking. But 1% that will happen, you need to be on top of it. So it takes you to have the passion and perseverance to go through those low moments and still continue working and still continue doing what you need to do. As a GRC professional, for example, you're reading through policies. It's very boring, honestly, but it's that passion that will take you through. So passion, excellent problem solving is another thing, because you would run into so many issues. So for example, if you decide to go into incident response and investigation, it's like looking for, I tell my team, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. So you have to be very, very meticulous about what you are doing. You have to be looking through every shred of digital evidence, looking through, it's a painstaking work. So you have to have excellent problem-solving skills. You should not be someone that gives up easily. You should be someone that will just continue and continue and continue to develop themselves. You also need to have a very good understanding of technology, and that I was happy that the speaker last month actually really talked about that. You cannot secure what you do not understand. You have to first understand the technology, understand the intricacies of the technology. Then you can be able to say, okay, these are the risks, and these are the things that we can do to protect ourselves from these risks. But if you don't have the understanding. So when I interview people that are just coming to cybersecurity, I try to judge their understanding of technology. So someone says, I only use Windows and I only use MS Word. You don't know about how to administer a Windows device, networking, you don't know anything about it. Okay, so if an attack comes up via the network and we're saying is a layer 2 attack, how would you be able to know where exactly that is coming from? Or we say this is the IP and this is the port, and this is an unknown port. What is an unknown? You have to understand technology very well, have a good grasp. Or they're saying someone is attacking a database and you don't even know how to put a select statement, you don't know how to interact with databases and all. So you have to understand the technology, and those are the things I would just say, the major things that you need as soft skills to be able to excel in cybersecurity.
I want to maybe go deeper in it. So you've spoken about the soft skills, and before we get into the technical skills, or maybe we'll take it along with my next question. My next question is around the support structure that usually would help someone to become a cybersecurity professional, so a sought after cybersecurity professional. What are those support structure that you have seen that if these things are in this person's life or experience, they would definitely make that person a sought after professional?
Okay, so I would say the support structure, I will start from what is directly in the control of the person and where I stopped. Good understanding of technology. So I was a programmer. I used to program applications. So when I started doing application penetration tests, I knew what it is to program. And because of that, I knew what I was doing when I was trying to break the system, because I know what a programmer is thinking when they're building the system. So I could say, okay, this is how I can circumvent that control that programmer put in. So you need to understand if it's network penetration, if it's cloud, and understand the technology. The second thing I would say is being around the right people. So if you want to be able to excel, you have to be around the right people. There's a saying that says that you are the average of the top 5 people that you talk to. So if you want to be a star in cybersecurity, start talking to people that are stars in cybersecurity. Start discussing with them, talking to them, being around them. And how you can be around them by joining associations. For example, joining ISACA for me was a very, very good one, because I was able to be around like-minded people. I was able to connect with them. They would say, this resource is available. This resource is available. I'm also on ISC too, even at the moment. In Nigeria, I know countries have they have country chapters. Nigeria has a chapter, and I'm on the platform, and they share resources, share so many documents, and share a lot of job opportunities also. So it's being around the right people would also help. Another thing I would say is volunteering. So a lot of people, I've noticed sometimes in my place of work, we do what we call a cyber academy, where we take fresh graduates, guys that have little or no experience in cybersecurity, and we give them a 1-year intensive training in cybersecurity, which is very hands-on. They work with clients, they do a lot of things. And sometimes when we're doing interviews, people apply. And I ask them, what are you doing now? They say, I'm working in one place. I'm passionate about security. And I say, okay, the remuneration we're going to offer you is a stipend. Remember, this is a training. So we're not going to give you a stipend to be able to help you to keep body and soul together. And they say, no, the money is too much, it's too small, I cannot do it. And I'm wondering, you can't chase 2 things at the same time. You have to chase one. Is it that you want to build your cybersecurity career, or you want to make money? And if you start chasing money too early, which is what I tell a lot of people, what happens is that you don't add value, because what is money? Money is an exchange of value. So if you have value, money will come and meet you. But what a lot of people do now is that they're chasing money with no value. And that's why they're chasing the money and they can't seem to catch up, because they don't have value inside of them. So if you want to build your career, you will chase value. You will say, what can I do to add value to myself? Volunteer. Where they don't even pay you, go there. Go and get hands-on experience in cybersecurity. They tell you, come and help with this policy, come and help with this hackathon, or come and do this CTF, capture the flag, or whatever. Go there, do it happily, get the experience. So those are the structures that can help to be a sought-after person. By the time you expose yourself to volunteering, you expose yourself to associations, professionals, go for meetings, you are involved. There are also some specific academies, just like what I said we do. I also know about the CyberSafe Foundation, which is like a training boot camp. Go for all those things. By the time you go for all those things, you would have added a lot of value to yourself that you will be highly sought after eventually.
Thank you, Funmi. Thanks so much for that. By the way, let me just ask, because you led ISACA for some time, and so you have experience around how people join. So people who don't have certification in ISACA, is there a room for them, or IS2? If somebody wants to, make an attempt to just participate, how can they start that journey?
Okay, so if you want to, you don't have to have a certification to be a member of ISACA. So you just go to isaca.org and click on I want to become a member. You will get the membership form, you fill it, and if you are in Lagos, you join the Lagos chapter. And once you join the Lagos chapter, the notification will be sent to us that someone has joined. What will happen is that you will be able to participate in the chapter's activities. We have volunteers that man different areas. We have conferences that we hold. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, but they are always subsidized for members. So once you pay your membership due, you'll be fine. You don't need to have a certification to be a member.
Excellent. Thank you for that. And that's for someone who would like to take the next step. Now, let me go to my next question, which is around the learning opportunity that someone who is aiming to become a sought-after cybersecurity professional. What are the learning opportunities that are out there that someone can take advantage of?
Okay, there are many, and I'm happy the last speaker talked about Udemy and O'Reilly. Those are online platforms that you can leverage. Go to YouTube. There are a lot of videos there, a lot of videos that will teach you a lot. Even if you did not have the technical background or the technical knowledge, you can go to YouTube and just say maybe networking for dummies. You would see something that would teach you step by step, what is a network, what does it do, components of a network and all that. So go online, you would get a lot of resources. Also go for conferences, go for workshops, and going for this program also is a good way. There are some other free programs that happen online. There are some that are in person. Attend. If you are in ISACA or whatever, you will get their notifications on when they're having conferences on different topics. There are also some podcasts that for some people that you can follow that are online, like podcasts that you can follow, SecurityNow, Darknet Diaries. There are so many. So just look for cybersecurity podcasts online. Just search for it. You see so many. So you can follow those podcasts. They talk about things that are coming, trending things that you need to know as a cybersecurity professional. It can help you. Also, doing research. You can do research. You can go for conferences. There are also competitions that happen online. are like hack the box. They have some competitions. There's competitions that happen online around cybersecurity. Once you are able to, so just go there. You know that what you can even do, you can do a Google alert cybersecurity competition, so that wherever it is, it will alert you in your box, that you can look at it and see if it's something that you want to participate in. So that can help you to build your skills around cybersecurity.
Thank you. I think I should just also mention this, the alerts you mentioned there. I set up an alert for myself on cyber attack. That's just the keyword. So I included that keyword about organization, but I set up a so every day I get an alert and I click on them and just read about that alert, and that keeps you aware of what's going on. Now, my other question is around, so there was I think at 2 editions ago, I presented some top 10 emerging threats in cybersecurity, and number 1 on that list was shortage of cybersecurity professionals. And I have seen publications in the US or from the US where they're talking about so and so year we will be in short of this number of skills. And I have also seen countries where they have opened up programs for cybersecurity professionals. Now, there are many people also that are looking for cybersecurity jobs. So what's the disconnect between people who are looking for cybersecurity jobs and the vacancies in cybersecurity that are not filled? What's that disconnect there?
Okay, so for the people looking for cybersecurity jobs, we noticed that, okay, 1 second, please. So there are a lot of people looking for cybersecurity jobs, but they are not able to actually get the experience. So when we're talking about the vacancies, there are a lot of hacks that are happening and attacks that are happening. So organizations are looking for experienced people that can come in and fit in and answer their prayers, in quotes, fit in immediately and hit the ground running. But we don't have as many people as that, because you know that cybersecurity is something that is still evolving, and it's something that just came up the past few years. So we don't have the people with the required level of experience that can fill those roles. Now we have people that are just coming up and they don't have that level of experience yet. So that is where the disconnect is. The companies are looking for experience, but what we have is not the experience, is not so much. So so that is where the disconnect is. And when it's even involving, there are some other very what would I call it, very deep roles that are, you can't just get it from just going to do a learning, you have to have the experience, you have to be able to have been in those kind of situations to know, okay, how do I react? What do I do? And so it's not just about, I have the technical experience, I have CEH, or I have OSCP, or I have all that. It's good to have the certifications. And I tell everybody that your experience is nothing without the certification. You have to have the certification. I may be an excellent penetration tester or an excellent SOC analyst. If I do not have the certification, nobody would look at me. So you have to have the certification to show that you have that experience. But because the attacks are happening everywhere, and the attacks are sophisticated. So, and a lot of organizations are just looking for who can just come and just solve all their issues. They are not really looking for someone that will come and they will start training. So that's where the issue is. And we don't have enough people that are experienced enough to just get into an organization and solve all the issues of the organization, unfortunately.
All right, I think I get that. So we have their vacancies, but for experienced hands. Meanwhile, we have a lot of people in the pipeline.
Yes.
All right, I think I understand this now. with this scenario, so what can, so I'm a professional, I'm looking for opportunity. What can I be doing till hopefully my prayers are answered?
I would say, first, add value to yourself. Add value. Continue to learn. Write the certifications. People say the certifications are expensive. I cannot, they're too expensive, they're in dollars. I have to be maintaining them. But you have to invest in yourself, honestly. And the best investment that you can do is in yourself. A lot of people buy crypto, buy this, buy that. They're investing, they feel they're investing, but they are not investing in themselves. The best investment you can ever do is an investment in yourself, because what you are doing is you are increasing your capacity to earn more. You are increasing your capacity to call more value to yourself. That's more money to yourself. So the first thing, go and be learning. Don't say, I can't. Go and learn. Have a mind that these are the certifications I want to write. There are a number of certifications depending on where you want to be. These are the certifications I want to write. Start reading, start preparing for those certifications, start working towards them. Then add value, start volunteering, start going professional, start putting yourself out there. It's not just about saying that you should also get a mentor, people, and that's this platform is really great because mentorship is very, very important. It can help you really navigate yourself. Earlier in my career, maybe like the first few years, of course, I was doing cybersecurity, I was doing a lot of things, and at a point, I just came to that realization that I didn't even have CISSP. And I was like, how can I have several years cybersecurity experience and I don't have CSSP? I was ashamed. and immediately I said, no, I have to go and do it immediately. So if I was talking to someone, the person would have advised me, okay, why you've had this level of experience, go and do it. This is the time to go and do it. But I had to come to that realization myself, imagine, and it took me longer. So, but if you have good mentorship, you have good people that advise you and talk to you, you'll be able to know, okay, these are the steps I need to take in order to move faster in my career and to be able to make more impact.
Thank you. We just have about 5 minutes more, and I will just go straight to the question. And thanks so much, Funmi. I you can see me writing here. so just also on what Funmi said, I mentioned earlier that we were looking for cybersecurity scribes, right? So being able to listen to the conversation and then write it in your own words and share with other people, I think that's also an opportunity to learn. What Daisy did was to research about threats that organizations have published, and she was able to share. I'm sure she learned some things. And if they ask her tomorrow, how are you showing that you have passion for the field, she can say, I volunteer as XYZ for this platform. So we have cybersecurity researchers that we're looking for. We have people that will help us contribute to our sought after cybersecurity certifications. So if you are interested, it's an opportunity for you to gain some skills. So I would go to the questions. Some of them are long, but I will just try to read. Yeah, I have one from I have a question for Funmi, and that is, how was she able to convince the people to allow her to do penetration testing for them, even though she was not going to get paid and may not have had the full experience, or whether the people she was involved with trusted her to handle their system? So how were you able to convince people that penetration testing is something that you need to do for them when they are not even asking for it?
So it wasn't easy, but helping them to know the risks that they are exposed to. If you are, and one thing I would say, don't do penetration test for anybody if you don't have an agreement with the person. You know, the Cybercrime Act, if you go and test the system and you don't have authorization from the organization that you should test that system, that's jail term. So you have to be very, very careful. So what we did was to help them to understand the risks from publicly available information that, okay, see this organization that is like you, they have the same systems that you are using, see what happened to them. How are you sure you don't have the same exposures? We can help you test and just find out if you have the same exposures. And so there's nobody that would not say, okay, at least let me test. And so if then just continue awareness, telling them about it. And eventually they just said, okay, just test. Even though I won't pay you, test it. And what we did was that we just put our all into it. So when you are given the opportunity, put your all into it. Don't think that, I want to make money, I want to do this. No, throw your everything into it. Make sure that whatever you are providing is top-notch, top-class, international quality, excellent. Nobody can be able to fault whatever you have produced. By the time you do that for the first person, for the second person, for the third person, then you will be able to make a name for yourself that this person is actually an excellent person in terms of work. So it's about just making them understand the risk and giving excellent output when you are given the opportunity.
Thank you, Funmi. The next question is a central bank or a Nigerian government question, but I will ask anyway. So with the rise of exchange rates, in your capacity as this president of Lagos chapter of ISACA, what can be done to ease the frustration experienced by prospective certifiers get certified probably in form of palliative or rebate or discount or payment plan? I'm feeling like I should answer this question for free because I'm a runaway member of the ISACA, and I know that there was a time they did something, but I'll laugh for me to answer.
Okay, so what we have been doing was to we kind of like we help to cushion the effect. So there was a time we allowed our members to pay in naira instead of paying in dollars when dollars was scarce, and we have also negotiated with the ISACA Global to reduce some of the fees for our members. So we try it. I know it's not easy. I don't know about palliative. I don't know about palliative, but we try to negotiate with them to say, okay, for these members who are experiencing issues. There was a time when dollar forex was extremely scarce, and so what we did was that we were even depleting our forex account with ISACA and collecting naira for members. So members were paying in naira and we're depleting our forex account in order to help to do that. So those are some of the things that we do. But during ISACA, everything we do, we always tell members.
Yeah, thank you. My next question is around also, this is also like a government question, but because it happened, I think it will be good for us to just get a thought as comfortable as you can be. It's around the NIN, NIMC, BVN expose, and the question is around how do you think this discovery could encourage cybersecurity enthusiasts and be challenged to pursue the profession? So we've had the idea that, the reality that BVN, no, not BVN, NIN could be bought online. So what challenge does that throw into the space as a cybersecurity professional? What is it? So it's a risk, but what is the opportunity there for cybersecurity professional?
So I think the opportunity one is around awareness. Although the organization said it didn't happen, it didn't happen. So there's whether it happened or it didn't happen, but there's a risk that our information is out there. Now, if our information is out there, there will be a lot of social engineering attacks that would happen as a result of that, because they would try to attack people. So we need to be aware, and we need to make people aware that, okay, this information is private information, and you need to keep it private. We need to make people know that they have custody, they have a right over the information that they have. We have the Nigerian Data Privacy Act. Awareness around that, making people understand that, look, there's your information, you have the right to be forgotten, you have the right to, you have all these rights because it is your information. Another thing is, I don't know about individuals, but it's about making the government know that, look, we're not taking cybersecurity as seriously as we should. If the agency that has so many people's sensitive information is having this issue around whether or not our information has been exposed for a whole nation, that shows that as a nation, we are not taking cybersecurity important at all. And so this institution is supposed to be one of the heavily fortified institutions. You can't just hear that social security number of some people are just everywhere for the whole nation. It might be some organization that was breached and the organization, but the whole nation, it's really bad. So it shows that as a nation, that's not what we are taking as priority, and we need to really intensify our efforts. Maybe they don't have enough skilled people. So we need to know that even within this nation, we need help. We need security professionals in government agencies. We need security professionals in private sector, everywhere. So there's a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of opportunities from this.
All right. Thank you so much, Funmi. I've read through the question chart, and I think I've exhausted every question, and we are right on time. And maybe a parting shot. Try and motivate someone here is probably trying to come in from whatever background into cybersecurity. So how can they start that journey? That's first part. The second part is someone that's been in cybersecurity. You've shared a lot of things, and a lot of things that they can do to become sought after. What more? Is there any other thing that you can say to the cybersecurity professional? And are there things that you can say to people that are not in cybersecurity but who would like to? They like the idea that you can sit in your house and log into somebody's bank account. It's an idea. I'm not sure it's easily possible, but it's an idea. But they like that idea. So, what can you say to those kind of people that like to come into the field, and the people that are there that want to advance? Just a parting shot. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Wale. So, for the people that want to come into the field, please, you are welcome. With open arms. Come as you are. I would say come as you are. There was a lawyer that came to meet me and said, I want to go into cybersecurity. She's actually a graduate of law. She's not a graduate. She's in her final year. I said, I want to go into cybersecurity. She said people have been telling her that she has no place there. I said, you do have a place, because privacy, data privacy, we have the Nigerian Data Privacy Act. It's law. So you have the data privacy. Come in. So I would say come in as you are. Just make sure you've done the basics in terms of understanding technology, understanding the basics, getting your certifications. Get hands-on experience, volunteer, just like what all I have said. But come in, please, you're encouraged to come in. We need as many people in cybersecurity as we can get. Just like what Wale said, there are so many job opportunities, but not enough people to fill those opportunities. So please come. For those people that are in cybersecurity, I would say continue. It's something you need to continue to build yourself, and you need to continue to grow. Add value to yourself. Cybersecurity is not something that you just sit down and say, yes, I'm a professional. You won't develop yourself. Every year you have to be developing yourself. You have to be disrupting yourself and reinventing yourself. So continue to disrupt yourself and reinvent yourself every year. Have it as a goal. In cybersecurity, what am I going to disrupt myself on? What am I going to reinvent myself on? That is how you can be sought after, because within a couple of years, you'll be miles ahead of your colleagues that have just decided to sit down and just be waiting for a job to come and meet them. So disrupt yourself, reinvent yourself every year.
Thank you. Please, if Funmi had given you a good sense of how to become a cybersecurity professional, you can just give a clap, just give her your best wishes. Funmi, I want to thank you so much for obliging, and I am sure that we will still knock again. And also, you are the first woman on our on the program. So I was telling people that,
Thank
yeah,
you.
we have a lot of women that are in the field, and we will get quite a number of them here. Thank you so much for coming. And I have my notepad here full, and we will share this kindness to everyone that is coming in. By next edition, we'll be sharing with them what we learned in this edition. Thank you so much, and
Thank
God
you for
bless you.
having me. Thank you,
All right.
everyone, for the great questions.
All right. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this edition. I would just maybe move ahead. So next, so today's edition is the one I've just marked as green on your left-hand side. You see green. And like I said, we will also have another lady, but next edition is on the 27th of July. We're having another senior person in cyber security. And then on August 10th, we'll have another lady. And then August 24th, we'll have another guy. We have September already booked, so it will continue to get better. I don't know whether we'll do this every week, but for now, we're still handling it for every 2 weeks, and I hope that you're learning. And like I mentioned earlier in the introduction, I'm looking for people who will be willing to volunteer. Our sought after cybersecurity skills, certifications, and experience book. It's not a book, it's a guide for people who are in the field to know the skills that the market is looking for, that we shared last year. We've started. We've gotten some volunteers, and we will be collating those jobs and analyzing them and extracting what is common amongst all of them and ranking the jobs based on how sought after they are. And if you would like to contribute, we would like to welcome you. Also, if you'd like to do a little research for like an appetizer before we bring in our mentor for the week. If you'd like to present like Daisy did, we also welcome you. And lastly, if you would like to take notes, just high points of the conversation that we had today, as I have done now, you can also reach out. These are opportunity for you to, show or demonstrate that you are passionate about the field and you are willing to learn and also willing to share. And I hope that today has been worth the time that you have invested in this. Will come your way again. And the next edition, by maybe Tuesday or Wednesday next week, we will share the flyer, and there's a bit of a little change in that, in sense that when you register for the next edition, you will get the past edition, I have managed them through Gmail, but the next edition you will get, once you register, once I publish the link, you will register and you will get the joining link directly when you register. So we are building a system, let me put it that way, and we are getting better as we process. So do look out for the next edition. This week or next week, we'll publish the flyer, and then register and make it a date with us on the 27th of July, same time and same station. Until I see you again, thank you for joining and God bless you. Bye for now.